Welcome to the Treeline Academy Unlocking Spring Bear Success webinar. First off, I want to thank you for joining us. We also want to remind you that to purchase of this webinar will qualify you for a big discount on the full Western Bear Hunting course when it's released. Yes, the Western Bear Hunting course is coming. We know you've reminded us. And it's been 3 years in the making. We should have never opened our mouths when we did. But I can say Ryan and I are both working pretty hard on this now, and we're committed to finishing this massive project this year. It's been a real beast, but we're confident it will be the most comprehensive and innovative start to finish resource for Western bear hunting that's ever been created. It pulls content from nearly 20 of the course modules to give you some valuable and actionable information that you can use this spring bear season. Okay, so with all that said, I've got Ryan Lampers, which really needs no introduction. But for those one or two of you that are taking this webinar that don't know who he is, he's going to give you a little rundown of himself and his bear hunting pursuits and kind of how he's pursued things a little bit over the course of the many years that he's been chasing bears. So Ryan, it's good to sit down again. We did one last year. Mm-hmm. Now I know this one, you're going to be a little out of your comfort zone. This is a lot more structure than you're used to.
This isn't podcast style. We got a lot of notes and a lot of information in front of us that we need to get to. So thanks, Mark. I think, when it comes to bear hunting, I started off, it just wasn't like the biggest thing in my world. It was deer and elk and all that. But coming from Washington, grew up hunting fall bears. We didn't have great opportunities at spring bears. So it's mostly fall bears. And then, late 20s, I started traveling, doing some hunts out of state, heading over to Idaho and those mountain states where spring bear hunting is just kind of an annual thing. So my experience is, I've got a couple decades under my belt chasing spring bears, a little bit of fall bears, but spring bear hunts especially have become, I've said this a few times, my number two. Like they've overtaken elk as far as a favorite, which really irritates Jason Phelps. Love it. Absolutely love it. I think we can all agree the places it takes you, the country it takes you, the time of year I think is exciting because it's not your traditional fall hunt. It's springtime. Snow's coming off the ground and we're in the mountains and some of the most challenging of terrains hunting bears. So
it's funny you said that it's your number two because Brian and I were just coming back from this wolf hunt and we got to talking about it and we were like, if you had to only hunt one animal the rest of your life, what would it be? And I'm like, I don't know. I said, but I can tell you one thing, giving up spring bears would be hard. Tough. And this year I've got a leg injury that I'm nursing. So I am going to be out for spring bear season this year, which really bugs me. Myself, I don't need a lot of introduction. I'm 10 years bear hunting. I killed bears before that, but it always was on accident. I'd be elk hunting and a bear would come by in whatever stand I was at. I'd always have a bear tag if I could. And I'd killed several bears like that. But as far as targeting bears and actually hunting them during a season in the spring really didn't happen until I moved to Montana about 9 years ago. And then a few years after having some success on my own, I realized I really did like this pursuit. There's so much challenge, like Ryan said. There's just so much to it, and the adventures and the place it takes, all the places it takes us. Really, when I met you, I met you long before we hunted together, but that first bear hunt we went on, I got a chance to see bear hunting done on a really big scale. And, that's really what, solidified it for me. And ever since then, I've just been going at it. That's a little bit about us.
Real quick on a side note, this injury that you can't see, but there's an injury going on with Livesay here. On the upside, you're going to be healed up for fall bear season. So maybe this will be the year you go out and chase one of them very challenging bears in the fall. They're a lot fatter. You get a lot more fat off.
Oh man, the fall is always like so many other things. There is a lot of opportunities in August.
We do have a lot of fall bear information when this course comes out. We've done a lot of writing on that. And, so that is going to be in here. We're not going to talk a lot about fall bears today because we got spring bear right on our doorstep.
So I want to tell you guys a little bit about the format. The course has about between 50 and 60 modules, it looks like. We're going to bring about 20 of those to you during this webinar. I hope you're going to get a lot out of this. We're going to try to go as methodical as we can from section to section. We want to give you a lot of actionable and usable information that you can take and use this spring. So let's get started.